talking with Chris Mercer today from Hireology. The company Hireology surveyed thousands and thousands of job applicants to make a profile to see what it is that job seekers are looking for now and how they go about looking for a job. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Well, you want to tell us what you found out?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we put these surveys out, we were trying to get a little bit better understanding of what not just the profile, but understand what the preferences were in terms of today's job seekers related to healthcare applicants. So a lot of the information that we did find helped us to understand and allowed us to advise a lot of our clients on what approaches need to be taken when we are out there actually trying to get in front of job seekers. So having a good understanding of what your presence is digitally. Are you online? Are you utilizing things like social media when someone does apply to a position? Is it something that is mobile ready and mobile friendly, or do they have to go through something in terms of like a desktop or a laptop to be able to apply to a position? So within that, we found that if you don't make it easy for your actual job applicants, that they will actually drop out of that process, and then you lose a potential person to actually come in and go through that process, which you obviously don't want to do in today's job market.
Right.
So making sure that you are providing the fewest amount of barriers and providing as many options for folks to be able to apply to your open positions is really has drawn a lot of that crowd to be able to apply for these open positions.
Absolutely. And what kinds of, how do today's job seekers go about looking for jobs? I mean, you said some interesting things in an article for Provider about how many interviews or how many applications they might put out at one time and how long they're going to sit around and wait for answers.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So what we had found with the data was that most folks, one, are getting an offer within the first 2 weeks of actually starting that process, specifically to healthcare. So if we're not moving fast enough, communicating with them fast enough, utilizing technology like SMS, texting, you're going to lose those folks. They are going to be on the job market very brief amount of time, and then they're going to be gone off to something else. So we need to be able to match that in order to get that talent. Good talent doesn't stay available very long right now. So as we go through and try to find and identify a lot of these areas, it's making sure that we aren't, once again, putting up blockers to actually accessing that talent. We have also found that because that timeline is so short, the folks that do want to get back to work are applying to multiple positions at once. So as they do that, it's the company or organization that moves the fastest that's going to be able to land that talent and get them working quickly. So they want to be able to make sure that we're not lengthening the application process and that job process, but actually shortening that down and making sure that that's all enjoyable for them as they're going through this as well.
How can they do that? What is it that they should do differently about their applications that they give to job applicants to fill out? What can they do that different from what they are doing now?
Yeah, so one thing that we have found is a lot of times everyone wants to collect all the information possible from their applicants up front and then make a determination on whether or not they want to actually have a conversation. We have found once again that deters people. No one's going to spend 30 minutes filling out a job application for your position when they can go to somewhere else or some other organization that has just a few items that they want to collect and collect that information over time. So as your hiring managers or recruitment managers are going through this process, you want to make sure that they're keeping that process very short, collecting really important information up front, meaning just pedigree and contact information from your actual job seekers, and then engaging with them quickly. So as you engage with them, mentioning, texting, so you can prevent some of these things where you see ghosting happening with a lot of these organizations, and keeping that process moving very quickly. So when you do engage with them, then as you have conversations, you can start to collect some of that incremental data to then make that determination at the end to say they have all the appropriate documentation in place so that I can actually extend a job offer to this individual. So the key here being keep it short where you can, and then collect it over the process as you're going through that.
Keep it short, keep it simple, but keep it fast.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much.